Good morning, all. Let us see the further examples. Depends on the total derivative, that is chain rule. So the next example is u is equal to function of e raised to y minus z, e raised to z minus x, e raised to x minus y. Then prove that the three derivatives with respect to x, ux, uy, uz equal to 0. So now this type of example we have seen in previous lecture, that this. If some particular terms are given in the comma notation, that is y minus z comma z minus x comma x minus y, then assume these three terms as the another letters, that is p, q, r. And when we take the chain rule as u is a function of p, q, r and p, q, r the functions of x, y, z. So in such type of examples we want the chain rule. So we can't directly find u derivative with respect to x, with respect to y and with respect to z, because there is a comma sign in the function, or comma sign is contained in the function. Hence we can't find directly partial derivative of u with respect to x, with respect to y and with respect to z. So for that we want the chain rule. So prepare that chain rule as, for that take the another letters for these three terms. Y minus z, e raised to y minus z is your p, then e raised to z minus x is your q, and e raised to x minus y is r. So here these type of typical examples, if there are three particular terms are given in the comma notation, then we have to assume the another three letters for these three terms. So assume p letter for first term, q letter for second term, r letter for third term. So we have p, q, r is equal to e raised to these three terms. E raised to y minus z is p, e raised to z minus x q, e raised to x minus y is r. Now we have u is a function of p, q, r, right, in the form of p, q, r notation. So u is a function of p, q, r and p, q, r are the functions of x, y, z. So p is a function of y, z, but take extra x here. Q is a function of z, x only, but for completing the chain rule, take here y. So r is a function of x, y only, because x, y are only you can see, but z is absent. But for completing the chain, take the r is a function of z, x, y, z, q is a function of x, y, z, p is a function of x, y, z. So we have the chain rule. We can prepare the chain rule as u is a function of p, q, r and p, q, r are the functions of x, y, z. So now we can find partial derivative of u with respect to x, with respect to y and with respect to z. That is your prove that answer. So apply the chain rule. So u with respect to x is upx, complete the upx chain, plus uqx chain plus urx chain. So upx chain is u with respect to p, p with respect to x, uppx plus uqqx plus r chain is urrx, that is, these are your partial derivative notations. So up, uq and ur, these partial derivatives we can't find from this. U with respect to p, u with respect to q and with respect to r, because there is a comma sign. Hence write these three first terms as it is, up, uq and ur. Now we can find px, qx and rx, because these are the particular terms. Px, we can find px, qx and rx. So for px, so with respect to x, yz are constant. So with respect to x, the x group is xyz. The group for x is xyz. Hence, with respect to x, yz is constant. With respect to y, xz is constant. With respect to z, xy is constant only. Rest of p, q, r and u are the variables. So here, p with respect to px, that is derivative of p with respect to x. P with respect to x, yz is constant. So this e raised to y minus z is constant, derivative is 0. So px value is 0. Then qx, q with respect to x. So derivative of q with respect to x, qx is equal to derivative of e raised to z minus x with respect to x. So here we have to, first thinking is any number or any constant is multiplicative or not. So here you can write this e raised to z minus x. In both way you can find the derivative of partial derivative of this. E raised to z minus x is equal to, separate the power, e raised to z into e raised to minus x. Then with respect to x, e raised to z is constant and multiplicative constant, write as it is, and e raised to minus derivative is e raised to minus x. Apply the e raised to bracket formula. E raised to b formula is e raised to b derivative is e raised to b into derivative of b. So e raised to minus x derivative is e raised to minus x into minus derivative is minus 1. So we have minus e raised to z, e raised to minus x. So minus e raised to, combine this, e raised to minus z, z minus x. So minus 1 e raised to z minus x. This is your qx value. Next, so e raised to z minus x derivative with respect to x is minus, the x derivative is minus 1 e raised to z minus x as it is. Once you know how to write qx value or q derivative with respect to x value, rest of the other values you can write in the similar way. So rx is, r derivative with respect to x is e raised to x minus y as it is. So e raised to x minus y derivative with respect to x. So e raised to x minus y as it is. So you can apply. So in this type, you can take the derivative by separating the terms, e raised to terms, or you can take derivative directly by applying e raised to bracket formula. So e raised to b derivative is e raised to b into derivative of b. So x minus y derivative we want with respect to x. So x derivative is 1, y derivative constant is 0. So 1 into e raised to x minus y, e raised to x minus y as it is. So write ur e raised to x minus y minus uq e raised to z minus x. First derivative, first term is 0. So this is the value of ux. Then apply the chain rule for uy. U with respect to y. Understand how to find the ux derivative. So next is uy. U with respect to y. So complete the chain or apply the chain rule. So we want here now u with respect to y. So upy plus uqy plus ury. So complete first p chain. U derivative with respect to p, p derivative with respect to y. Uppy plus uqqy. Partial derivative is uqqy plus r chain is ur into ry. Ur into ry. Now take the derivatives. Up, uq, ur. U derivative with respect to p, with respect to q, with respect to r. We can't find from this equation because there is a comma sign. So u derivative with respect to p, with respect to q, with respect to r. We can't find this, so write as it is up, uq and ur. Now find p, q, r derivatives with respect to y. P derivative with respect to y is, apply the bracket formula, e raised to y minus z as it is, and y minus z. E raised to y minus z derivative with respect to y. So e raised to bracket formula apply. So e raised to b derivative is e raised to b into b derivative with respect to y. So y derivative is 1 minus z derivative is constant, that is 0. So y minus z derivative with respect to y is 1. Y derivative is 1 with respect to y, and minus z derivative, because it is constant, derivative is 0. So we have e raised to y minus z derivative with respect to y is e raised to y minus z as it is. So e raised to y minus z. So this is the value of py. Then qy. Q derivative with respect to y. With respect to y, zx term are constant. So this term, whole term is constant, derivative is 0. So qy value is 0. ry. R with respect to y. So e raised to x minus y derivative is with respect to y we want. Again apply e raised to bracket formula. E raised to b derivative is e raised to b into derivative of b. So this is the value of b. So this x minus y derivative with respect to y. With respect to y, x is constant, derivative is 0, minus y derivative is minus 1. So e raised to x minus y into minus 1. E raised to x minus y into minus 1. Simplify this. The second term goes to 0. So up e raised to term minus ur e raised to term. So this is your second term, second equation. Now find uz. Apply the chain rule. U with respect to z we want. So first complete p chain, upz, then uqz plus urz. So uz, u derivative with respect to z is up into pz. Partial derivative is up into pz plus q chain is uq into qz, uq into qz plus r chain is ur into rz, ur into rz. Now find pz, qz and rz. P with respect to z. Again apply the bracket formula. E raised to y minus z derivative is e raised to y minus z into y minus z derivative with respect to z is minus 1. Y is constant, derivative 0, minus z derivative with respect to z is minus 1. Minus 1 plus uq as it is qz. Q with respect to z. Again e raised to z minus x derivative with respect to z. So e raised to bracket formula we have to apply. So e raised to bracket derivative is e raised to bracket into derivative bracket. So e raised to z minus x derivative is e raised to z minus x, e raised to z minus x into b value is z minus x. So z minus x derivative with respect to z. So z derivative is 1 with respect to z and minus x is constant, derivative is 0. That is into 1 plus r with respect to z. R with respect to z. With respect to z, xy terms are constant. So e raised to x minus y whole term is constant. So derivative is 0. So ry, r derivative with respect to z is 0. Rz value is 0. Simplify this. uq e raised to z minus x and minus up e raised to y minus z. So add this 1, 2, 3 equation, we'll get the LHS set. So ux plus uy plus uz. Ux, uy, uz. So in this, ur e raised to term minus ur e raised to term get cancelled. Left side addition is equal to right side addition. So in left side addition of equation number 1, 2, 3, we have ux plus uy plus uz is equal to right side addition is right side this first plus right side this plus right side this. So ur e raised to minus ur e raised to get cancelled. Minus uq e raised to plus uq e raised to cancelled. Up e raised to minus up e raised to get cancelled. All the terms get cancelled because these are same. Hence, we get LHS ux plus uy plus uz equal to right side is 0. Then the next example is now next example is u is a function of r theta and xy is equal to r cos theta and r sin theta. So from given equation we have directly we have this chain. We get this separate chain, that is u is a function of r theta, u is a function of r theta, and in the given example from these two equations we have xy are the functions of r theta, xy are the functions of r theta, but we can't combine this chain, two chains. We want three groups to apply the chain rule. First group contain only one variable. Second group contains more than one variables. Third group contains more than one variables. So we want first group, second group and third group. So in this we can't combine these two chains, half chains. Hence here from this chain or from this given notation, because in first equation we have given the equation in the form of notation f of, this is the notation only, not the particular term is given. But in the second term, or this is your second equation, the xy are given in the particular terms. X is r cos theta, y is r sin theta, that is particular terms are given and we can find the partial derivatives directly. But from this we can't find the derivatives, u with respect to r and u with respect to theta we can't find because there is a comma sign in between them. So here from this unknown function we have this chain, from this particular terms we have this chain, but we can't combine these two chains because this chain contains only two groups, this chain contains only two groups, but to have the chain rule or to apply the chain rule we want three groups, first group, second group, third group. So here we can't combine this. So how to combine this? Now from the first equation we have definitely this, we can't change this, or we can't have the other chain from this first equation. From this equation we get only one option or one choice only, that is u is a function of r theta. But from this we can prepare or we can reverse the chain, that is in given example, in given equation we get xy are the function of r theta, but from these two equations we can get r theta are the functions of xy. How we can get? So these are the standard formulae. If x equal to r cos theta, y is equal to r sin theta, then r is equal to square root of x square plus y square and theta is tan inverse y by x. So these are your standard examples. So these equation we can't have, or we don't want these equations because we can't combine the chain, or we don't have the three groups in the chain rule, or we can't apply the chain rule. So if we take this then we can't get the chain. Hence we reverse this equation, two equations, as these are the standard formulae. So we want these two equation, not this. So if we get, or we if we take these two equations, now we combine the chain. That is, from the first equation we have u is a function of r theta, and from these two equations r theta are the functions of xy. Now we can complete the chain and we can find the u derivative with respect to x, u derivative with respect to y. So here in prove that answer, left side contain derivative terms, right side contain derivative terms, but by this chain or by taking these two equations with this first equation, we can find only LHS. So find the LHS and prove that this RHS. So here in this example we can find only LHS value, LHS derivative values. So here these two equations we can't have, or we don't want these two equations, we want this. If we take these two equations which are the standard formulae, then only we can complete the chain. That is, u is a function of r theta, u is a function of r theta, and r theta are the functions of xy. So now we can find ux and uy by applying the chain rule. So we want this, not these equations. So ux equal to, first complete r chain plus theta chain. So ur into rx plus u theta into theta x. Partial derivatives. So ux equal to ur into rx plus theta chain is u theta into theta x. So ur and u theta we can't find here. U with respect to r and u with respect to theta. U with respect to r and u with respect to theta here doesn't exist because there is a comma sign. Hence write as it is, ur and u theta. Find rx and theta x. R with respect to x and theta with respect to x. So here if this type of formulae are asked in given example or exam, you can directly remember the formulae as rx value is x by r, ry value is y by r. If the example contains the 3 variable formulae, then rz value is z by r. So you can remember directly if this type of equations or this type of formulae you can apply or asked in the exam. So you can remember directly as r derivative with respect to x is x by r. In reverse you can take you can remember the variables. R derivative with respect to y is y by r, r derivative with respect to z is z by r. So right, rx is x by r. So this type of examples we have solved in classroom in the first point, that is the how to take the partial derivatives point. Before the Euler's theorem there is a first point, partial derivative point. In that point we have studied this type of example and we solved how to find the rx value. So or you can remember directly rx, ry, rz as x by r, y by r and z by r. So put rx value as x by r, theta x value is, now theta x value is, you can remember as it is, theta x is minus y by r square and theta y is x by r square. So as a formula, if x is equal to r cos theta, y is equal to r sin theta, then rx value, from this you have the formula r equal to square root of x square plus y square, theta is tan inverse y by x, then rx value is x by r, ry value is y by r, and theta x value is minus y by r square, theta y value is x by r square. So you can remember directly. This is easy one to remember because these are the standard formulae and you have studied from the 12th standard. So this you can remember easily. So rx, ry, x by r, y by r, theta x value is in reverse. With respect to x there is a y variable, with respect to y there is a x variable, and with respect to x there is a minus sign, and with respect to y there is a nothing. You can remember as it is, or you can find partial derivative. So r with respect to x. So r is your x square plus y square. So rx is, so r is a function of xy. So with respect to x, y is constant, and with respect to y, x is constant. So with respect to x, root derivative is, apply root b derivative. So root x derivative is 1 upon 2 root x. So root b derivative is 1 upon 2 root b into derivative of b. So root x is 1 upon 2 root x. So root b formula we have to apply. So 1 upon 2 root b into derivative of b. X square derivative is 2x with respect to x. Y square is constant, derivative is 0. So 2 to cancel, x upon root term. So x upon root term is your r. So x by r. So rx value is x by r. So you can calculate in rough and then find rx value, ry value, or you can remember directly. So rx is x by r, ry is y by r. So if you can't remember in exam, then there is another option, that is you can calculate that rx and ry value, or theta x and theta y value. Ry value is from this, again apply root b derivative formula. So 1 upon 2 root b into derivative of b. So x square with respect to y. Ry we are calculating. So with respect to y, x square is constant, derivative is 0, y square derivative with respect to y is 2y. So 2 get cancelled, y upon root, that is y by r. So this as a example you have we are studied in classroom, that is in first point before the Euler's theorem. Then for theta x value, so tan inverse formula we have to apply. So theta x, from this theta x value, so tan inverse b derivative we have to apply. So tan inverse b, so tan inverse x derivative is 1 upon 1 plus x square. Tan inverse b derivative is 1 upon 1 plus b square into derivative of b. So theta x is tan inverse b. B value is this. So tan inverse 1 upon 1 plus b square, that is y square upon x square, y by x into derivative of b. So y by x derivative is with respect to x. With respect to x, y is constant, and 1 by x derivative with respect to x is minus 1 upon x square. So minus y upon x square as it is, and take the cross multiplication, x square plus y square upon x square. So take in reverse, x square upon x square plus y square. X square cancelled, minus y upon x square plus y square, and minus y upon x square plus y square value is, as root value is r, take the square root. So this root get cancelled. So x square plus y square value is r square. So minus y upon r square. So theta x value is minus y upon r square. In similar way you can find the theta y value. With respect to y, keep x as constant. So remember directly as a formula, or you can find. So in finding the derivatives, it is time consuming and it is easy to remember this formula, because these are the standard formula, or you can remember as the standard formula, because these formulae are not changed, because these are the standard formulae. So x value is same in any example, r cos theta, and y values r sin theta. If these equations are given, then r theta values are same, and if these are the r theta values, then rx ry values are this. These are not going to change, and theta x theta y value is fixed. So these values are fixed. You can remember as a formula. Rx ry value is x by r, y by r. Theta x theta y value is minus y by r square, x by r square. So put rx theta x value is this. Theta x value is minus y by r square. Then ux value is there. Then find uy. So u with respect to y. U with respect to y derivatives, complete the first r chain, then theta chain. ur into ry plus u theta into theta y. ur into ry plus u theta into theta y. Ry value is y by r in reverse order, plus theta y value is with respect to y, there is a x term. So x by r square. In theta derivatives, there is a r square in denominator. In that way, you can remember. So consider the LHS, ux square plus uy square. So this is your ux, take this square. This is your uy, take this square. So ux square means ur x by r plus u theta minus y by r square bracket square. So take, so a plus b bracket square. Apply the a plus b bracket square formula. A square, this is your a minus b formula, because this plus minus is minus. So minus y upon r square u theta. So this is your ux term. ux is ur x by r, and this term is minus y upon r square u theta, minus y upon r square u theta. So ux square value is this square. So we have to apply a, middle sign is minus, so a minus b bracket square formula we have to apply. So a square ur square x square by r square minus twice ab, twice a b, plus b square, b value is y square upon r raised to 4, r square square is r raised to 4 into u theta square. So this is your x square upon r square ur square minus 2 ur u theta xy upon r cube plus y square upon r raised to 4 u theta square. So this is the value of ux square. You can imagine or you can roughly calculate this ux square. So this is your ux square plus ur square is, similarly you can find uy square. So uy square is first a plus b bracket square formula we have to apply. So a square ur square y square upon r square, then plus twice ab, twice ur y by r into b u theta x by r square. So twice ab, so twice xy upon r cube into ur u theta, this second term, plus b square, that is u theta square x square upon r raised to 4, this is second term. That is, we are applying for ux square we applied the a minus b bracket square formula, and for uy square we applied a plus b bracket square formula. So we have this. So this term and this term get cancelled, and in remaining term we have ur square upon r square is common, and in bracket we have x square plus y square. Then in this second term y square upon r u theta square upon r raised to 4 is common, and in bracket y square plus x square, that is x square plus y square. Again in both term x square plus y square is your r square value, because if square root value is r, then by taking square r square equal to x square plus y square. So r square x square plus y square value is r square. So this r square and this r square and this r square get cancelled. We have ur x square. Then this is your, and then in this value is r square. So this r square from r raised to 4 get cancelled, and remaining r square is in denominator. So RHS is ur square plus u theta square upon r square. So this is your RHS value. RHS value. Next example is if f of xy equal to 0, that is the equation in xy equal to 0, this is your implicit function. And remember one thing, that if the implicit function type equation is given in the example, then definitely we have to apply the implicit function formula, that is total derivative formula, dy by dx is equal to minus fx upon fy. So remember that if the implicit function is given in the example, then show that double derivative d2y by dx square, that is total derivative notation is given. So d2y by dx square is equal to this term, minus q square r minus 2pqs plus p square t upon qq. Now in given equation, this is given. The example is, if f of xy equal to 0, then show that this, where p equal to fx, q equal to fy, r equal to fxy, t equal to fyy, s equal to fx, p, q, r, s, t. So here fx, fy. Here there is a change, that is the example is f of xy equal to 0, and show that the d2y by dx square is equal to this term where p equal to fx, q equal to fy, r equal to fxx, s equal to fxy, and t equal to fyy. Double derivative terms notations are given. Then we have to find the double derivative total derivative term. So if implicit function is there, then we have in the hand that there is a formula for total derivative, that is if f of xy equal to 0, then we have dy by dx equal to minus fx upon fy. This is your standard formula. So here fx value is given as p. This is your notation of dab by f by dab by x. That value is in the notation p. So replace that fx by p, and fy value is q. So fy value is q. So we have dy by dx equal to minus p by q. Now we want the double derivative term d2y by dx square. So take dy by dx, next derivative with respect to x is d2y by dx square is equal to, so here this p value is derivative term, q value is derivative term, hence these are both are the variable term. So hence we have to apply here numerator term is variable term, that is p is variable term, q is variable term, hence we have to apply the quotient rule. So quotient rule is denominator square into denominator numerator derivative. So minus p derivative with respect to x is minus derivative with respect to x. So d by dx of p. Here we are taking the total derivative, hence use the total derivative notation, that is d notation. So p derivative with respect to x is dp by dx minus numerator as it is minus p as it is into denominator derivative. Q derivative with respect to x is dq by dx. So simplify this, minus minus plus p qx p dq by dx minus q dp by dx minus q dp by dx upon q square. So the next is, now we have to find q derivative with respect to x, p derivative with respect to x. So here p and q, we are here p and q, these notation, p and q, these notations are for partial derivative fx and fy. So we have to find fx fy derivative with respect to x. Q is fy. Fy derivative term, we have to again take the derivative. Q is your partial derivative, that is dab by f by dab by y. This we have to take the derivative with respect to x. So here d notation is there. So we can't combine, as x, y are in the one group, but this the outside notation is d and the inside notation is dab. Hence we can't combine this two in the double derivative notation. As we combine this, the outside notation is dabba, inside notation is dabba. Hence we can write in the double derivative notation as dabba square f by dabba u square. But in this, the outside notation is d and q value is partial derivative notation. Q contains partial derivative notation. So inside partial derivative is there and outside is total derivative. Hence we can't combine this. So how to take the fy derivative with respect to x? Fy derivative with respect to x. So for that we have to prepare the chain. So from given implicit function f of xy equal to 0, if this type of notation is given, then f is a function of xy. This chain we can prepare. From this implicit function notation we can prepare this chain. So we have f is a function of xy, and to apply the chain rule we want the three groups: first group, second group and third group. And from the given equation we have this. By the implicit function f of xy equal to 0, we have this first and second group. But to complete the three group chain, we are taking xy as the third group. And this is your trivial case, that is f is a function of xy. This is from the given equation, implicit function f of xy equal to 0. This is given equation. From this we have this, or we can find this chain f is a function of xy. But to complete the apply the chain rule, we want three groups: first, second and three. So for third group we are taking the trivial case, that is xy are the functions of itself, that is xy are the functions of xy again. So hence in this type we can complete the chain, as f is a function of xy and xy are the functions of xy again. Now if this chain we have, then their f derivatives are also have the chain. So f with respect to x, f with respect to y. These are your PQ. This is your P, this is your Q by the given example. So fx, fy are also functions of xy and xy are the functions of x. Now we want only with respect to x derivative, hence we take only x. If in exam it is asked with respect to y, that is d2y by dy square, then we can prepare the chain as fx, fy are the functions of xy and xy are the functions of y. So here we have asked the term like derivative with respect to x. Hence prepare this chain. As f has this chain, then its derivatives also have the chain. So fx, fy, xy, fx, fy, that is pq, are the functions of xy and xy are the functions of x only. Xy is, we can take xy both the variables, but we want only one variable because in exam we have asked only derivative with respect to x. So now p derivative, that is fx derivative with respect to x, we can find by the chain rule. So fx with respect to x is fx with respect to x into x with respect to x. So fx is your p with respect to x, x with respect to x, p with respect to x. So this is your p with respect to x, there is two variables, hence there is a partial notation dabba p by dabba x into x with respect to x, we have the total derivative notation because here this x is your single variable. So dx by dx plus complete the y chain, p derivative with respect to y, y with respect to x, p derivative with respect to y, dabba notation into y with respect to x, y with respect to x, with respect to there is only one variable, so take the total derivative notation dy by dx. So now dabba p by dabba x, dabba p by dabba y write as it is, and dx get cancelled, that is only one value remains, and dy by dx value is this. Dy by dx value is this. So this is your implicit function formula, minus fx upon fy, that is minus p by q. So put this value here, we have dp by dx equal to r, dp by dx equal to this. So dabba p by dabba x value is your r value because dy by dx value is minus p by q. Dabba p by dabba x means dabba by dabba x of p value is fx, dabba f by dabba x. So this is your dabba square f by dabba x square, and this is your r value in the given example. So r plus py value is your s. Py means p value is fx. Here there is change only y. So dabba square f by dabba y dabba x. Dabba square f by dabba y dabba x. This is your s value. Dabba x dabba y and dabba f by you can see here dabba p by dabba y. Dabba by dabba y of p. P value is dabba f by dabba x. So you can combine dabba square f by, because dabba notation is and inside notation is again, inside bracket notation is dabba, outside bracket notation is dabba, so you can combine. So dabba square f by dabba y dabba x, and this value is same as dabba x dabba y, and this value is your s. So here py is s, px is r, dy by dx is minus p by q. Similarly, you can find dq by dx. dq by dx means q means fy. Fy with respect to x is complete first x chain plus then y chain. So x chain is fy with respect to x into x with respect to x. Fy means q with respect to x into x with respect to x, plus y chain is q with respect to y into y with respect to x. Q with respect to y, dabba notation, y with respect to x, d notation. So qx is your s. Qx is your s because q is your fy. Fy with respect to x, that is dabba square f by dabba x dabba y, value is s. Dabba q by dabba y is q is your fy. So fy with respect to y is dabba square f by dabba y square, that is your t value. Qy you can find easily in the similar way. So qy is dabba by dabba y of q is dabba f by dabba y. Combine this and this value is your t in the given example. So s plus t dy by dx value is minus p by q. Now d2y by dx square equal to, d2y by dx square is equal to, we find dq by dx and dp by dx by using this chain dp by dx, that is p derivative with respect to x and q derivative with respect to x. by the chain rule. Here p derivative with respect to x, because there is a with respect to with respect to x there is only one variable, hence there is a notation d, denotation. Put the value of px and qx and px here in this equation. So d2y by dx square equal to p into qx value is this. So take the cross multiplication, sq minus tp upon q minus q into px value is this. Again take the cross multiplication, rq minus ps upon q, The cross multiplication is r plus minus minus sp upon r. Cross multiplication is upon q. Cross multiplication is rq minus sp upon q. Now, and upon q square as it is. We find d2 by dx square by using quotient rule. dy by dx from the implicit function, double derivative from the quotient rule, applying quotient rule. And in this d2y by dx square term, dq by dx and dp by dx, we find these two terms by using chain rule. Now simplify this. Multiply this p to this bracket, q to this bracket, psq minus p square t minus q square r plus psq, and upon q take this common to this q square, that is q cube, and then take minus sign common, and in bracket qr square first, then minus p, take minus sign from the numerator, because in prove that answer there is a minus sign common. So take minus sign common, minus pqs is 2 pqs, and then take minus sign common, so minus 2 pqs, minus get plus, minus change to plus because minus sign we have taken common. So plus p square t and plus rq square, and upon q cube. This is your required answer. The next example you can take as a assignment. If z is a function of uv and uv are the functions of which variable is given in terms of t variable. So we have the chain, z is a function of uv and uv are the functions of t. Then if we have this chain, then we can find z with respect to t. With respect to t, t is a single variable, hence we can find the total derivative dz by dt by the chain rule. So dz by dt equal to, first complete u chain plus v chain. So zu into ut plus zv into vt. So zu and zv we can find, because z is in terms of uv is a particular term, u and v are also given in the particular term. So zu derivative is z derivative with respect to u. With respect to u, v is constant. So v square derivative is 0, u square derivative is 2u. Ut derivative is u with respect to t. With respect to t, a is constant. So a as it is, t square derivative with respect to t is 2t. So 2at plus zv, z with respect to v, u is constant. U square derivative is 0, v square derivative is 2v. And vt, v derivative with respect to t, 2a is constant. So 2a as it is, t derivative with respect to t is 1. So 2a only. So this is your dz by dt. Simplifying this, we get the dz by dt. Take as a assignment. Next example, again take the assignments. If u is a function of, sin x by y, that is u is a function of xy. U is a function of xy is given, and xy are the functions of t. If we have this chain, then you can find the u derivative with respect to t, that is total derivative, because with respect to t there is only one single variable t. If there is a more than one variable, then we have to take DABA notation. If there is a t and v, two variables are there, then to find the u derivative with respect to t, we have to write DABA u by DABA t. But here only one variable, hence write du by dt notation by using chain rule. So find this. This is you can write as a assignment. Next example we can see in the next lecture. Thank you.